Today is August 24th, 2023. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm starting my walking day to Old Faithful. I'm gonna walk 30 miles today. It's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna get into the park, Yellowstone National Park. I'm looking forward to it. Also, I'm gonna leave the state of Montana for good. I'll be entering the state of Wyoming pretty soon, but I'm still gonna stop at a cafe to have breakfast before I leave. So we'll see how the day is going to be like. I had a cup of cappuccino and a donut, and I am already inside Yellowstone National Park. I got a pass for 7 days to go through the park. I am entering the state of Wyoming. I'm happy to leave Montana behind. Happy to be in Yellowstone National Park. Even though I'm gonna be following the road, I feel safer this way. Safety comes first on anything, especially on a through hike. The idea is to walk 30 miles to Old Faithful. I'm looking forward to getting there. what a great surprise was to find this trail here. It's actually a bike trail. It's a gravel road. No cars allowed to come in here. I love it. It's flat. It's gonna be 10 miles to reach the red line, the official CDT. So I'm happy. Beautiful. I love this. This is a big surprise. Even though there are no signs, I am now back on the red line, or the official CDT, and it's great to be here in the Yellowstone National Forest. When I started hiking northbound from Crazy Cook Monument in the state of New Mexico back in April, I actually had no plans for through hiking the CDT this year. And I often talk about through hike. Some people may not know the meaning, but a through hike is when a hiker completes a long distance trail in one calendar year. If it takes more than a calendar year for a hiker to complete a trail, it's called a section hike. But anyway, I had no plans of through hiking the CDT this year. Actually, the way that this whole thing started was back in early March. I had lunch with Splinter, and he told me that he was planning to go back to the PCT, and he asked me if I wanted to join him. And I told him, I just love these geysers right next to the trail. And he asked me if I wanted to join him, and I told him, forget it. I'm not going back to the PCT to hike in the desert of California. So I told him if he changed his mind and decided to go to New Mexico and do the desert in New Mexico, I would join him. So we quickly made arrangements, and we agreed on starting the CDT in late April. So on April 23rd, actually, we were on trail together with Pace, who actually planned to through hike the CDT this year. We started hiking northbound, and in just a few days I was completely back into the whole idea of through hiking, and I was really enjoying the trail. I really liked hiking in New Mexico, and I met a number of nice hikers on trail. And anyway, Splinter ended up leaving trail in Reserve, New Mexico, and I continued. I was able to go all the way to Cumbres Pass, and I had to go back to Florida anyway. I had a few things to do back home, and so I, you know, at that point I had the idea that I wanted to through hike this Continental Divide Trail this year. So I spoke to my wife and she agreed. I was able to get back on trail in Colorado, and but kind of, the fact that I left trail, when I came back, I was behind most of the hikers I had met and I was hiking with. Also because of the amount of snow on the red line, I decided to follow the green route. And at one point I kind of felt that I was really, not enjoying it. So I left trail in Frisco, Colorado, went back to Florida, and I had to do a few things anyway. So, but I met Splinter again, and together we decided to fly to the Canadian border and start hiking southbound in East Glacier. So we did a flip-flop, and we had a wonderful time actually. Beautiful weather, the passes in Glacier are just great. But when we reached East Glacier Park Village, Splinter wasn't really certain if he was going to continue. I knew that in order for me to finish this through hike this year, I had to be hiking at least 20 miles a day. And I met Blueberry, who was going southbound, and told me she was going to go all the way to Colorado. So I said, oh, great. So I'll have company on trail, because, at this time, I'm sure I'm the last through hiker going southbound. Most people who flipped, they're ahead of me. Southbound are ahead of me at least a good 200 to 300 miles. And it was great to have the company of Blueberry in the Bob, and we planned to go through Yellowstone together, but she changed her plans. But anyway, here I am in Yellowstone National Forest, and this is just such a beautiful trail. I love it. It's been a wonderful day. I started doing a road walk, later I got into a bike trail, and now I am on the official CDT, the red line. It's gonna be a 30-mile day when I reach Old Faithful Village, and tomorrow is my birthday, and I see a bison right there. Look at that. It is the first bison I see on trail. It's beautiful. I love it. I got distracted with the bison on trail and these beautiful geysers all around me. But just to finish what I was saying, I'd like to say that the Continental Divide Trail is by far my favorite long distance trail in the United States. I can see the village of Old Faithful just ahead of me. It's a 30-mile day. I'm happy to be here. Tomorrow I'm gonna rest so I can continue my hike on the Continental Divide Trail in the state of Wyoming.